Alright, legends, let's be real for a sec. Trying to make decent money online can feel like drowning in an ocean of gurus, shiny objects, and conflicting advice. One minute you're hyped about dropshipping, the next it's AI agencies, and then you're moving on to faceless YouTube channels. It's a bit overwhelming, and you end up watching endless videos instead of actually doing anything. But what if there was a clearer path? A way to cut out all this noise, shown by someone who's actually done it multiple times, and to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. We're talking about Davie Fogarty, the brain behind the Oodie and a bunch of other successful brands. And today, we're distilling his hard won lessons, the stuff he shares across hours of content, into one simple framework. So stick around because you're going to get the momentum method, a four-stage blueprint to build real, scalable online income, even if you're just starting from scratch. So, what is that secret sauce? Is it finding that one magic product? Nope, Davey's pretty clear on this. Product is important, but it's not everything. His journey from multiple failed businesses to massive success wasn't just about hitting a lucky product. It was about a specific process, a way of building skills, taking action, and stacking his wins one after the other. And we're going to call this the momentum method. Taken together, it's really a four-stage journey. First is ignition. This is getting the mindset right and taking the first crucial action. Then we got the fuel, which is stacking the essential skills and learning to provide real value. Next is the thrust. This is mastering the marketing engines and especially paid advertising. And finally, orbit, scaling strategically and building a sustainable business. So we're going to break down each stage, pulling directly from Davey's advice on everything from making your first $500 to running multi-million dollar ad campaigns. Why stick around? Well, because understanding this flow, this progression, is the difference between spinning your wheels and actually building momentum towards the $10,000 a month goal and beyond. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, stage one, ignition. This is where most people get stuck. Not because they don't know what business to start, but because of what's going on upstairs. Davey talks about self perception theory. Basically, your brain decides what you're capable of based on what you've already done. So if you're constantly doubting yourself, guess what? You'll act accordingly. Ignition is all about overriding that doubt. It's about backing yourself even when it feels fake. And then you gotta start. Like right now. Just start. Forget waiting for the perfect time. Davey calls this the tomorrow illusion, where you're always going to feel busy. His advice here is that you have to start while you're busy. Even just 2 hours a week, just do it consistently. Time block it if you have to. The stage is all about the famous 80-20 rule. Stop drowning in tutorials. Focus 80% of your energy on the 20% of actions that actually move the needle. And what are those actions early on? Well, they could be learning a skill, reaching out to a potential client, or making your first sale. The goal here isn't perfection, it's the proof. Prove to yourself you can actually do something. That first $500 you make online, it's less about the money and more about the momentum that it creates. It truly ignites the engine. So, stage one is all about belief, immediate action, and focusing on high impact tasks. Get that first win, which naturally leads us to building the right skills. Stage two, fuel, skill stacking, and value. All right, you sparked the engine. Now you need fuel. This is where you move beyond just trying things and start strategically building your skill stack. Davey specifically warns against expensive courses early on. Why? Well, because most of the crucial information you need, that core 20% for the 80% of the results, is available for free on platforms like YouTube, Reddit, or any other social media. Your job isn't to buy knowledge, it's to learn how to shift through it. Identify good advice from bad and apply it religiously. What skills should you focus on here? Well, it's the high value ones. Think copywriting, videography, photography, social media marketing, or media buying, paid ads. These are skills businesses need and will pay for. You can start offering these as side hustles. Reach out to a local business, offer to rewrite their emails, create a short video ad, take better product photos, maybe even do a first one for free or really cheap just to build a portfolio and get that testimonial. This stage is all about providing tangible value. It's less about finding your passion right now and more about developing a passion for learning, working hard, and making money. This builds optionality, as Davey likes to call it. You gain skills, make some cash, and learn what you're good at, what the market actually wants. This skill fuel is what prepares you for the next big jump, powering the marketing engine. Stage 3, Thrust, Marketing Engine. Okay, legends, so you got the mindset, you got some skills, maybe even a small side hustle going. Now it's time for the thrust. This is where you learn to pour gasoline on the fire, primarily through paid advertising. Davey heavily emphasizes mastering platforms like Facebook ads and Google ads. Why? Well, because that's how you scale. He stresses simplifying things, especially with Facebook's Advantage campaigns. Forget overly complex targeting initially. Go broad. Let the algorithm do the heavy lifting. Your main job? Well, it's to feed the machine killer creatives. User generated content, unboxing videos, stuff that educates or entertains, has a clear, unique selling proposition, a compelling offer maybe, and isn't boring. Same principles apply to Google Ads here, whether it's performance max or search campaigns. Focus on conversion objectives, the sales, not just the clicks, and crucially understand your numbers. The key numbers you want to go and understand is return on ad spend, and that's the ROAS, the CAC, which is the customer acquisition cost, and the AOV, the average order value. These are key concepts and you got to get them trained in your head. And crucially, you'll also need to know your profit margins in order to set realistic targets and avoid burning cash. Really, this stage is all about testing, learning, and optimizing relentlessly over and over again. Start with a few ads, spend enough to get real data, kill the losers, and scale the winners. It's a data driven process without any guesswork. Mastering this marketing engine is the key to predictable growth and hitting those bigger income numbers. But scaling isn't just about ads, it's about the whole system, which brings us to the final stage. Stage 4, Orbit, Scaling and Optimization. You've achieved thrust, you're making consistent sales, maybe hitting that $10,000 a month mark by now. Now what? Well, welcome to stage 4, Orbit. This is about sustainable scaling, optimization, and long term thinking. Finding more products becomes crucial here, but not just any products. Davey emphasizes finding evergreen products you can differentiate. How can you innovate? Make it portable, smaller, oversized, more comfortable, change the material, add a unique design feature, whatever it is. Understand customer pain points and create a strong, unique selling proposition that addresses them. When looking for products, you really have to understand market analysis in a more deep and fundamental way. There's a lot of tools out there like Trend Rocket or just browsing Alibaba to see what's trending and what competitors are doing. You have to see the market in order to understand it. And you need systems, logistics, customer service, managing inventory. These all become crucial at this stage, and you have to put these systems in place. Orbit is really all about building a resilient brand, not just selling products. It's about optimizing the entire business engine, looking at holistic marketing performance, and potentially building a team. It's the transition from hustler to business owner. So there you have it. Those are the 4 stages: ignition, fuel, thrust, and orbit. From mindset shifts to multi-million dollar strategies. Moving into action. Okay, that was a lot, but hopefully seeing it laid out as a momentum method makes it feel less chaotic. It's a ladder, right? You don't jump straight to orbit, you climb the ladder step by step. Ignition is where you get your head right, start now, focus on the 80/20 rule, and get that first small win. Fuel is where you begin stacking high value skills using free resources and learning to provide real value to others. Then moving on to thrust, that's mastering the ad platforms, understanding your metrics, testing, and further optimizing your strategies. And then finally, you have the orbit. That's where you start to differentiate products, build systems, scale strategically, and consider leverage like licensing or personal brand deals. So, how to use this model? Well, identify your current stage. Be honest with yourself. Are you stuck in ignition, needing just to start? Are you building skills in fuel? Or are you wrestling with ads and thrusts? Or are you just trying to systemize an orbit? Knowing where you are tells you what your primary focus should be right now. If you're in ignition, your job isn't to worry about licensing deals. It's to conquer self doubt and make that first $100 or $500. So if you're in thrust, mastering ROAS and ad creation is your mission, not getting distracted by building a huge personal brand. The most powerful step is you got to take the next logical action for your current stage. Don't try to leapfrog. Focus on mastering the challenges right in front of you. That's how you build real, sustainable momentum. That's the core of the method. So, the single biggest takeaway here is that building a successful online business isn't about finding a secret hack. It's a process of accumulating momentum through the right mindset, skills, actions, strategies, and doing this stage by stage. Davie Fogarty didn't just stumble into success. He climbed this ladder, learning from failures, and he kept iterating along the way. Now, I want to know from you, legends. Which stage of the momentum method are you focusing on right now? Is it ignition, fuel, thrust, or orbit? Drop it in the comments below. Seeing where everyone's at is super valuable and it helps us all feel less alone in the journey. We've covered a lot based on Davey's insights today, so if you want to go deeper, say on exactly how you set up those beginner friendly Facebook ad campaigns, maybe that's something we can break down into future videos. Let me know if that's useful. All right? Definitely check out Davey's own channel too. He's got tons of gold nuggets here. Link is in the description. All right, legends. That's it. Stop drowning in the options. Start building momentum. Focus on your stage. Take the next step and keep climbing. You got this.